120 seconds. 110 seconds. 100 seconds. 90 seconds. 80 seconds. 70 seconds. 60 seconds. 50 seconds. 40 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds.
'Hi.
My name's J.C. McCauley.
I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Okay, my friends, once again, it is indeed time to get our talk on. This morning, talk with me, your host, J.C. McCauley, along with the champions of talk in Studio 1A. We have talk champion Cleo Duke-Wright in the house. Good morning, Miss Cleo. How you doing?
Good morning, Stan. Oh, I'm doing pretty good this morning.
You look like you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I really am. I'm feeling good. Pressure's down.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of doing my thing.
Well, that's
what I decided last. I said, hey, I wasn't doing my thing. I said, do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you. So I decided to do me, but first I had to say, who am I?
Yes.
Who am I? Yeah. So I had a little quiet time there, and I said, okay. I figured some of it out, not all of it, but just me.
All right. Well, the footnote. Cleo been here for at least, I want to say 50 minutes. 50 minutes. She was so early today, she caught me off guard. I heard someone come in and I said, that can't be Cleo. It was 7:45. I'm getting ready to have some chicken pot pie. I was nowhere near ready.
So, a new day.
It's a new day. So I said, I could get my little act together now. So I am the reason we are late getting on the air this morning. And so, yeah. But you had a good week?
Oh yeah, I had, well, yes, I did have a good week. I met a lot of nice people, and getting used to where I'm at, and it was really nice. I spreaded out orders to the home front. I want this done, this done, this done. You know, you're gonna lay up here, you're gonna do something, and I want help with this, that, and that, and I expect it to be done when I get home. Okay.
I like that. I like that.
So I gave some orders, and we'll see what happens. I've been giving orders a little bit more every day, and it has been done. No one's given me an argument. I said, honey, just keep on.
It's a new day. It's a new day. When you lay down the law, people follow it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to follow me all around the house and call my name 150 times a minute, then I'm going to give you some orders.
Cleo!
Do you know?
Cleo!
Oh, just constant. You can imagine it. Can you imagine?
I can imagine it. Cleo!
Oh, my. I said, don't you call my name now one more time. Oh, yes. And you get it at work, too, with my young man. It's Cleo. Every couple of seconds, it's Cleo. It's Cleo. So I get pretty tired of hearing Cleo. You know, pretty tired of it.
Well, you know, your name is the most precious thing you can hear. They say the number one sound people like is their name. But there comes a point in time when you don't hear your name.
You know?
Cleo! Stop calling me.
And that was my very words. Stop calling me. I know you don't want to hear me. I'm not going to call you anymore. Cleo! Right after that, Cleo. Oh, gosh.
That's funny. Wow. You know, this week was a very busy week. Very, very interesting week. Last night at Hartford High, a.k.a. the pub, they had a youth forum. Actually, it wasn't a youth forum. It was a mayoral candidates forum led by youth. The youth put the questions together, and the youth were the moderators, and the youth asked questions. They had 8 candidates, 7 questions. It was really nice the way they did it. Each candidate led off with a question. There was no rebuttal. This is a forum, not a debate. There will be no rebuttal. So, there will be 7 questions. And we will start at, they started at that end, and I was number 8. I can't remember who was the first. Maybe it was Arunan.
On every question, the same person was the first?
No.
Oh.
They went down the row. So he got the first question. Next to him, I think, was Renando Dunn. Then Eric Coleman, John Funfera, Tracy Funny. No. It was Sister Soldier.
Oh.
I think of her as Sister Soldier. Gigi. Or Giselle Jacobs. So Giselle, and then Tracy Funny.
Gigi is running?
No. Giselle Jacobs.
Oh, Giselle Jacobs.
Yeah. Then it was Nick LeBron, and then me. So it moved down. The first person got the first question. The second person got the second question. The third person got the third question. And then they went all the way around. Everyone had to answer the question. But at the end, every time it was a new question, it started off with a new person. So I was the first person to do closing statements. And that's how they did. Then everyone else did their closing statements. It was a really nice forum. The format was nice. And after that, we did, after the debate, we did what we call Mayor for a Minute. And so the mayor for the minute, what we do is we have a campaign office that's mobile. And
Oh, you did that there?
we did that there. Yeah.
Oh.
So the mayor for the minute, you come out, we're right there. You can't help but see the campaign office. You almost have to walk through it to get out the building. That's how close we were to the door.
You're not escaping.
Yeah, you're not escaping. You know. No shame. So, you know, you come out, we're right there. Boom. And there's music playing. The Vote for Stan song is playing. And our staff, people are out. I'm handing out buttons, McCauley for Mayor buttons, pins. And we're inviting people to come on and give their what we call Mayor for a Minute. This way, and they come on the bus, they sit behind the future mayor's desk, which is on the bus, and then they give what if you were mayor, what would you change? So we're gonna make you mayor for a minute. So I get from behind my mayor desk, and they come and they sit down. So that's what we have here. We have the mayor for a minute, and I'm going to share with you all and with Miss Cleo, the mayor for the minute. So check this out.
What I would want for the city of Hartford is for more programs for the youth, as far as more extracurriculars, because I know there's a big influence in the social media and like music. So I feel like if that was more incorporated in like programs like after school or any type of extracurricular, I feel like that would help grow for the youth, and then in the future it can expand and become more of a business thing and more of an entrepreneur thing.
All right, Harvard, I am Bridget Prince, and I am your mayor for a minute. These are the plans for the city of Hartford coming into 2023 election. We're going to have a mayor up here that actually is doing some work for the people. We are going to fix the sewage overflows in the north end of Hartford, and we're going to compensate the people for all their losses. We're going to do more in downtown than just build luxury apartments for the ones who can't afford it. So we're going to do something for the unaffordable, which is your everyday people. We're going to do some things for the youth. We'll build up downtown, build up XL Center. We want UConn Hall of Fame, since the XL Center claims to be the basketball capital of the world. We're going to honor that. We're going to build on our international brands. So that's UConn. We're going to do some things in the river. Let's partner with the tribes, Mohegan Sun, and also the Mashantucket Pequots. Let's build something on the river. Let's get some tourism going over there. Let's get some jobs. We're going to deal with e-gaming. And whatever skill set that we need to bring these people into the future. So we're going to build a community that is free from crime. Find out where all these guns are coming from. As we know, it's coming from outside. Hold people accountable, and join our youth back together and give them something, a positive future to look forward to in Hartford. I'm Bridget Prince, and I am your mayor for 1 minute.
All right, now, Bridget Prince, mayor for a minute. You heard it right.
Ooh, you look good.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Randy Ricketts. I'm currently the owner of the Missing Piece. It's a mentoring program helping and assisting families in the Hartford and the North Central community with resources and tools to be a better human for themselves, so they could be an investment to their community. So if I was a mayor, I would be able to provide a lot of resources, a lot of jobs, a lot of activities, so people could build credentials and be able to build that skill set, so they could be an investment to themselves, so they could have a good time. Not only a good time, they could bring someone else. They need to have their peer, their siblings, or someone in their family, maybe a guardian, because I want to be able to target just not only the youth, I want to be able to target the guardian in that second generation. Thank you very much.
All right, Randy. All right, Randy.
Hi, my name is Kamora Shelton. If I was mayor, I would make a program for youth like my age, for people my age that are struggling, trying to find, like for youth that need help, you know, whatever they're going through, like mental health, depression, all of that, whatever they're going through, to let them know that they got a leader that's on their side. And that's what I would say if I was you.
One thing I would definitely do as mayor is definitely make mental health services more accessible for the youth, because I've actually been to the mental hospital, and I think it's real funny that one of Connecticut's best mental institutions, the IOL, is in the South End, yet I was the only person from the community that was actually there. I feel like that's something that needs to change. That's all I got.
If I was mayor, I'd make Hartford better by putting our youth first, because a lot of youth, their voices don't get to be heard regardless of what everybody say. A lot of people, like, they just tend to judge by a cover or by like news articles or what they hear, but they can't really walk in our shoes. So I already been in the shoes of like a youth in Hartford, so I already know what it's like coming up. I feel like giving up, but you got to keep going. People switch, system change, people fall out, people get incarcerated, but you just got to keep going because life goes on. That's how I make Hartford better, by putting the youth first.
Hello, I'm Naishali Garcia. I'm from Buckley High School, and in 4 years, I'm going to be your next mayor.
There you go.
Pretty good, huh? I thought that was just fabulous. Mayor for a minute.
So, I mean, after the forum, you were all set out there to do your thing, you know. Was anybody else out there doing their thing? Candidates?
There were candidates there, but you know, they had tables inside.
Oh, uh-huh.
But you know, eventually you got to come out of the building. And so we had our we had the bus. So we had the campaign office. And so, you know, there's the desk you can see there. There's my wife, Naisha, running camera. Hartford Public High School. Come out the auditorium, and that's inside. You know, get our lights in there and things like that. There's Brother Marcus, Sister Angie. That's Brother Marcus' wife. And there's me. This is candidate Arunan Arulampalum.
That the bald-headed person?
Yeah. I'm handing him a campaign button. He said he's going to wear the button. No, I'm joking. But
he must be very confident because he has the machine on his side, doesn't he?
It would appear so, but you just never know. OPP did this. This was our piece of the pie. Here's Brother Jesse, Grace. This is Grace. This is Jesse. He produces the Chat It Up show and the fashion shows that we cover.
Oh yeah,
New York fashion. So when we go to Manhattan, we do the fashion shows. He's the one that's coordinating all that, producing that, and so they're all our folk from the team. My kids was there, and that was it. This is on our Facebook page. Now, if you want to see the debate is right here, and the debate was, I mean, the forum. It was very, very good. It was a great forum, and this is it here. And so if you go to Facebook and check that out, and you can watch this for yourself. It was really good. It was really good to hear the young people, and the candidates roll up here. It was a really nice, and it was a really good crowd, and so The timekeeper sat here and had nice big signs. Big stop sign at the end. And some of the candidates took advantage of the end of the thing. Didn't stop like they were supposed to. They're ringing the little bell. Ding, 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 stop.
And they didn't stop?
Now, they didn't go too far over, maybe 30 seconds at the most. But for the most part, people, they behaved. They behaved. But it was good. Good answers. I mean, all of the questions were youth oriented.
And they had good questions.
Real good questions. School lunches, things like that. They did real well. The kids did well. My lament, and I mentioned this to candidate LeBron. There was no major media there. Now the debate that we did last week or 2 weeks ago up at the Upper Albany debate at the Colin Bennett building, the Upper Albany Merchants Association. I thought that was a great debate too. I love the format, 45 seconds. You have 45 seconds to answer a question. Hit your answer and boom. They give you 15 seconds longer than you need. Because if you can't say it in 30 seconds, you haven't gotten it together. So 15 seconds is 15 seconds longer than McDonald's uses to sell you hamburgers, or Ford to sell you a car. So if you can't get your point across in 30 seconds, then you need to go back to school. So 45 seconds was good. Here last night, they had a minute and a half.
So that was a very long time.
That's a long time. Unless you're not used to talking. Quick. If you need a lot of time to explain stuff, a minute and a half is a disaster. You're just getting underway when you run out of time.
How did Sister Soldier do?
She did well. She did well. Everybody did good. One thing about these kinds of forums, the more you do them, the better you get. The nerves wear off and you start falling into a zone and you realize it's really just nothing more than a conversation. So if you're a good conversationalist and you can get your point across, just relax. Talk to the people. And then you'll do well. She did well. She's a good communicator. She's a good communicator. But all of this TV station showed up for the Upper Albany Merchants Association. And none came out for this event. And I wish they would have come out for this event because this was the kids. This was our youth. Hartford's youth did this. And they didn't really get any major press.
But that also says something about Hartford. And also says something about how important the kids are to people in Hartford or the media in Hartford. They are. Looks to me like they are unimportant and have nothing to really say. And is it they didn't come because it was the youth of the North End? Would they have come if it was the youth of West Hartford or Weathersfield or, they may not have come either. But
I can't help but think that they were invited. I don't know. Maybe they didn't get an invite.
Yeah.
But the newspaper was there. The reporter from Connecticut, CT Mirror, was there. So if he was there, it means that other press. If one press person is there, particularly print, newspaper type stuff, then other major media knows too. So I don't know. But I'm just saying, I'm not complaining. I'm not trying to make.
But the TV stations were not.
TV, right?
TV stations.
TV, right? The heavy hitters. There's only one heavy hitter. There's always a heavy hitter. Like the pinch hitter or the person comes in and hits a grand slam. There's always one heavy hitter. What's going on here? That shouldn't be there. I don't know where that came from. Is the newspaper, and that's the Current. If it isn't in the current, it didn't happen, because they're the official paper of record. So it's got to be in the current. Yeah, the current's the heavy hitter, because everyone else follows the current. All right.
Does everyone buy the current? Well, that's the only.
Well, the people that matter buy it. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
The local newspapers.
Yeah.
Every bad political decision is made by a politician elected to office. So if you think your vote doesn't matter, just remember this. There are people sitting with politicians in a back room making deals about your future, making policies about your children, making decisions about your neighborhood. To them, you are just a vote. You are not their cause. You are just a vote. Elections have consequences, and if you don't vote, you are actually voting to keep these people in power to work against you. Now more than ever, you need to make your vote count. It's time to clear the air and vote for a mayor that is unbought, unbossed, trusted, and accountable to you, the constituent. My name is J. Stan McCauley, and I am an independent thinker, and I approve this message. I'm asking you for your vote on Tuesday, September the 12th, 2023, in the Democratic Party primary election for mayor of the city of Hartford. For more information, visit McCauleyformayor.com. Have the courage to vote your conscience and vote for the name you trust and know. Vote J. Stan McCauley for mayor.
All right, my friends, welcome back. All right, I gotta fix our time. My timeline got jammed up from the something wrong. Stuff is out of. I know exactly what's wrong. Stuff is out of queue. I messed up the timeline.
You shouldn't have took that bite, huh?
Huh?
I shouldn't have taken that bite.
I won't put you on the air yet.
All right.
This Cleo's house. She's got her a Dunkin' sandwich or something. We have on Friday. Most of the show happens off the air. And it's the reverse of the other shows. Our show, the good part of the show happens off the air because we have whole conversations about stuff off air. Because the golden rule is we don't talk during the break because you get the best part of the program off air. But for Cleo and I, we be talking. We talk. We don't stop talking. Like we go to break, but we don't break the conversation. So we just keep talking. And sometimes we forget that we're like, we had to do the program. That's what usually happens in the morning. Because we talk for 45 minutes before we go on the air. And so right when we came on, she took a bite of the sandwich. That's
all
funny.
Right, I'm finished.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you for that break in time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jay Hogard in the background, by the way. I'm going to invite Jay to come in. I think I know he'd make a fascinating guest. But
if I had taken the xylophone when I was a kid instead of the accordion, I bet you I'd still be playing it. Because that looks like so much fun, not boring. Like,
doesn't that look like fun?
I used to love.
That's my favorite instrument, the xylophone.
When that used to come, when people used to play that
Mm-hmm.
on the Ted Mack Amateur Hour,
Mm-hmm.
way back, there were people who came on and played that I saw it there more than I saw it anywhere else. The Ted Mack Amateur Hour. Before that, it was Major Bowles, but nobody could remember Major Bowles, I guess. That was before my time.
I love this song. All right, I have to stop because I'll get into the music very quickly. And
oh, you haven't said anything about the jazz festival coming up.
Oh,
and the
that's supposed to be great.
Is there a time for that yet?
Oh yeah, the save the date's coming. The jazz festival's in July. I'll start talking about that in about May, June. Start playing some stuff.
This year I'm coming. I am coming. I say that every year, but I could practically walk here now.
There's no excuse.
You know, I don't have to take the
car. Just jump on the bus.
Yes.
Come straight down Farmington Avenue.
Right.
Get off the bus at the concert.
Absolutely. That's right. I don't really. I look around me and there's so much around me that I'm saying, oh boy, you know, what's gonna be my favorite place? You know, and I go up this way and I said, yes, I saw my Dunkin' Donuts when I was coming here. I said, oh yeah, that's gonna be my Dunkin' Donuts. And I'm coming down. I said, oh yeah, that's gonna be my this. You know, I did go to a spirit store, liquor store.
Adult beverage.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Adult beverage. Thank you.
Libation distribution center.
And I went the other way, but there were so many people in front of that store, and they were doing little deals in front of that store. And I walked to the store, and the person behind it kind of looked at me like to say, "What are you doing in here?" You know. And I went and got what I wanted, and I came out and I said to myself, I don't think I'm going back into that store. I think I'm gonna go in the other direction and see what I see in the other direction, because I was very uncomfortable there. I was very uncomfortable. It was worse than where I used to live. It was worse, you know, because
there's a little pocket there. I think I know where you're at.
And I'm saying, oh no, I can't. No. I mean, I've just had enough of it. I lived around it for so many years that I've just had enough. I don't want to see it. So, you know, and I felt guilty about feeling that way. and I said to myself, well, it's not that you're gonna not help someone if they need help, if they ask for help.
Right.
It's just that I don't want to see it every day. Every time I walk out of the door, every time, I don't want to see it every day because it makes me feel very sad. And you talk to young people, and the thing is, you're gonna get to like those people. You're gonna like them because they're people with bad habits. Okay, so you're gonna learn to really care about these people, and then one day somebody gets shot, somebody gets killed. I don't want to say that anymore.
I like that term, people with bad habits.
Yeah,
because everybody's a person, and everyone has good habits, and everyone has bad habits. Yeah. Some people have a lot of bad habits, but that doesn't make them less of a person. But you don't have to be subject to their bad habits, and you don't have to be a victim of their bad habits, and you don't have to adjust your life to somebody else's bad habits. Right. And that don't make you less than a person because you don't want to buy into their bad habits.
That they say, hey, Mom, did you pray for me today at church? I said, I pray for you every day. And you go up the stairs and makes me cry. So I could not go back to that store every single day, or every time I wanted adult beverage. I did not. I said, I can't do this. I can't see this every day anymore. So when I had the programs in the soup kitchen, when I had the programs, and how the city, in their program, they would go after people and they would force them to do certain things. So you force them, and of course that never works because they're not going to do it until they're ready to do it. I told my employer, I said, I'm not going after people anymore. If they don't come to the door and knock on the door and ask me for help, that's it. I'm going to be good and nice, but I'm not going to spin my wheels to help someone who's not ready to be helped. Not ready. They're not ready to be helped, So, and that's what I did. They had to knock on my door or come up to me and say, Cleo, I need help. Then I help them.
I think that's fair.
If they don't say that, and if they don't go toward that, and you could see, the thing is, you see the beauty in that person. The person can't see the beauty, but you see the beauty in that person. You want so badly for them to see it and for them to live it out. But all they see is the addiction. All they want is the addiction. And you see all this other stuff. And they do so many other things. They don't even recognize it. They don't even recognize how good they are. They just see the addiction. And so you can't go to that. You can't play to their goodness. You got to play to their addiction. And so you can't help them until they kind of work them way out of that, or come to you screaming, saying, I'm tired, I don't want this anymore. Sometimes it's real, sometimes they're just tired for the moment. You don't know. But when they come to you and they say that, that's when you help them as much as you could help them. And until they backslide. And then if they backslide, then you help them again when they get up to that point. You just keep doing that, but you don't run after them because it's useless.
I agree with you 100%. That's interesting because a lot of the young people in the event last night, well, let me not say that. There were only 7 questions. So it's like many out of 7 could be like 3. That's almost half. But a lot of the questions had to do with mental health and the need for help. It was a very, very present theme throughout throughout all the questions. Yeah. Safe spaces, and so there are a lot of people who need all kinds of help, whether the help is physical, mental, whether it's help with education, things along that line. these are very important, but I think the major key is the request for help.
Yes.
And to me, I don't know that we give young people the sense of worth to the degree that they don't feel diminished when they ask for help. You know, I think the safest space that you could create for them is the one that comes as a result of, is the one that you create so that they feel comfortable asking for help. Like kids that feel comfortable going to their parents to talk about things. Mm-hmm. You know, do you feel safe to go to the school administrator and ask for help, or to your teacher and ask for help, or when you ask for help, are you belittled? You told you just imagining things or stuff like that. You're kind of dismissed, and I think that that's probably the really safe space that you could provide for young people, is to know that you could get help, but you gotta ask, because no one really knows that you need help if you don't say anything. Because it's presumptuous of me to say, well, I think you need help with such. Well, how do I know you need help? Right?
Or want it.
Or want it. You may not want my help.
That's right.
So, you know, one of the questions that they asked was about, you know, feeling less than, if you will. I'm paraphrasing. Feeling less than, and like, for lack of a better word, stupid because you asked for help. And so I was having problems with the question because I really couldn't ask the maker of the question to expound upon the question, because it wasn't that kind of a environment. They had, the questions were really cool because they were already preset, and then they had them on big cards on the sides. You can like look at the question, kind of study the question as you go along. But if you get a sense that you're like, where is the person getting the idea that someone thinks they're not all there, or stupid, or diminished? To me, that only comes from administrator or teachers. Or family. In a school environment, though, because the context was school. That means that either the teachers or staff in the building, whether it's the janitor, security, I mean, there's a whole lot of different people in the building, but I consider the main players are the teachers and the administrators. So my response was, if this happens, you call me. Call me. Call me. You know, you call the mayor's office, ask to speak to me, let me know. Did you have a problem with your administrator or your teacher? Then I will come down there. I'm deadly serious about that. I will come down.
Schools put you in a little box.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from the first grade, from kindergarten, I don't know, that you are X, Y, and Z. And you sort of live through that your whole school life. And they don't, at least they did not search for what else is in you. You know? I just thought I was retarded. I thought I was retarded. I thought there was something wrong with me. Most of my school life, up into high school, into even when I graduated and got my first job, I was afraid to answer the phone because I said, oh, maybe I won't remember. Now, here I was, never, you know, this is how people who think they are less than. I graduated from high school. I was a nurse's aide. I became a surgical tech. Then I became a circulator in the OR and scrubbed. And now I had to go answer the phone to give a message to the doctor or something like that. I go out and I answer the phone. And scared to death that I would not remember what they said from here. Here's the room. Here's the room. And to go repeat what I needed to repeat or tell the doctor. You never figure out. You got through school. You were in general, but you were top third. You were talked into. You weren't smart enough to go to college, so you became a kind of a nurse's aide. Then, oh my goodness, this opportunity came up in the hospital. So you went through training as a surgical tech. Okay, you were good at what you did, and you're still not seeing yourself as who you actually are on the now. Because the people around you, the people that were around you all your life, never gave you any credit for anything, no matter what you did. Whether you were a success at it or you're not, you never got the that's wonderful. And so it might take you a long time to figure out that you're okay. And then when you got to college and you took college courses, right? You said, this isn't hard. What are they talking about? What are they talking about? This is not even hard. This is not even as hard as high school. And that was a shock. That was a total shock that college wasn't even as hard as high school. It just didn't. So then they said, you didn't go to college, but they let me take master courses, you know? They weren't even hard. I'm saying, what in the world is this college thing? I thought it would be like horrible, horrible. It's not horrible. You do more work in high school than I did in college. It was much easier to me. So,
well, what you're saying causes me to think that you do have child development specialists that can identify where young people might have an issue or a problem. And they may not realize the problem that they have, so it might be difficult for them to ask for help or to reach out. But the whole system should be focusing on working to make a whole child or a whole human being.
Yes.
And they should be able to become the very best that they can be. And there should be no hindrances. Because sometimes in my observation of things, being behind the camera in all kinds of environments and circumstances in Hartford, you kind of get the impression sometimes that there's either a very intentional or either unintended consequence of individuals purposely being held back or not given all that they actually truly need. Stick and stay. We'll be right back. You're watching.
Are you ready? Coming Friday, May 5th, 2023 at 7 p.m. is the Season 1 finale of Hartford's Got Talent at the famous Bushnell Theater in Hartford, Connecticut. Talent of all ages compete for $15,000 in cash prizes and awards. Don't miss it. Hartford's Got Talent, Friday, May 5th at the Bushnell in Hartford, Connecticut. Hartford's Got Talent, showcasing talent and connecting community. For more information, visit www.hartfordsgottalent.org.
How do you define evil? Is evil the pedophile school administrator or taxation without representation? Is it the gatekeeping community leaders who sell out the very people they were elected to fight for? Or is evil the politician that puts out lies and takes in cash? However you may classify evil, having to choose the lesser of two evils still leaves you with evil. Nowhere does this rule apply more than during an election for mayor. Choosing a candidate who is the lesser of two evils still leaves you with evil. No wonder so many people don't vote. It's time for the constituents to flip the script and vote for a mayor you can trust. My name is Jason McCauley. I am an independent thinker, and I approve this message. I'm asking you for your vote on Tuesday, September the 12th, 2023, in the Democratic Party primary election for mayor for the city of Hartford. I, like you, am an independent thinker. So let's sit down and talk about my path to victory and why my 5-point plan for Hartford will work. Stop listening to the uninformed evil interests that tell you I can't win. For more information, visit McCauleyformayor.com. Have the courage to vote your conscience. Vote for the name you trust and know. Vote McCauley for mayor.
Hi.
My name's J. Stan McCauley.
I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
All right, welcome back. We didn't talk during the break.
He stopped me.
She was getting ready to go. She was ready to launch. She was ready to launch. And I said, this is going to be good. We're going to have an off-camera, because it was, yeah. So, now, okay, so you were saying.
Off camera, I don't know.
So you don't remember, huh?
What
was you saying? We were talking about whether, you need to know. Well, one, you need to be able to ask for help, but it's hard to ask for help if you don't know that you perhaps need help, because there's some areas where people, not just young people, but people in general, may need help with a thing, like on the job. Sometimes people need help on the job because they haven't necessarily mastered all that's necessary. And a good supervisor can see, well, I think they need some help on this in this particular area or arena. But so I would suggest the same thing probably happens in school. But you need to have young people who, you need to have teachers who want to see you excel and want what's best for you, and administrators who want what's best for you.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think people are trying to hold you back.
We're coming out. Growing out of the era that when I was coming up, and I was saying to Stan at the break that he stopped me, that there was a time when you were supposed to be slower. That's the way they saw you. So you weren't seen in any major TV show, or there was only a few select black in the movies and all of that. Because you were supposed to, and kids pick that up. I'm white, I'm supposed to be smarter than that black kid, and I'm black, and I know all those white people are smarter than me. That was really prevalent in the 50s. And so if you had got a higher grade than the white kids, that was a mistake.
You must have cheated on your test.
Yes. My brother wrote an essay for his class, and a teacher told him he cheated. It was what do you call it when you copy someone else's work? Plagiarism. Yeah, plagiarize it. So he made him write it over again in front of him, and he did. And he got his grade, but he had to go through all of that. When he got to college and he got on the dean's list, they wouldn't put him on the dean's list. They refused. Now this was the 60s. They refused to put him on the dean's list. Somebody with influence had to come up and enforce that issue, because you were supposed to. You were just supposed to. I remember going into school, and in kindergarten. I was going into kindergarten, and I said to myself, when I was standing in line, I hope I'm not one of the stupid ones. What does a kindergartner going into kindergarten know about being stupid?
Right.
Or being slow, or not being as good? How come I knew that? How come I had that feeling that white people were smarter than black people. You know, but it's not so much like that now. It's open and we do more. Actually, we have less people going to college now than we did, but more appreciative of who you are, and that's not so much in the schools now that as it was. Now I was cute. I was cute, and then everybody would say, "Oh, she's so cute. Oh, look at her. Oh, she has a nice smile. Oh, blah, 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 blah." And they would pat me on the head and tell me how cute I was, but they didn't help me in the classroom because that's just Cleo. That's just the way it is. But they didn't help me at all. I was just cute, and I think I passed from one grade to the other from the first grade through the sixth grade. Because she's so nice and she's cute and and I hate that to this day. Don't pat me on the head.
That is considered a high insult in some, with a lot of different people. I can think of some off the top of my head. That's almost.
And I tried to be that person. I tried to be that nice person. I tried to be accepted. Goodness, I did that most of my life. Because I was the nice person. My sister says, yeah, until you got mad, then you surprised everybody, and that's not fair. She used to always say that's not fair when people see you because they've hurt you so much over time that you come to a point where you just go at them. And she always used to say, that's not fair to the other people. She was always outspoken. She was always that way, outspoken. She wouldn't let anything pass her. But I was just the opposite of that.
Well, you do have Aquarian tendencies. I'm not one that's into the signs and all that. However, there is what's going on there? You see that? However, there is a that's the page. Here, turn. I see something moving in the corner of my eye. It's the page from the air conditioners blowing the pages around on this Bible here. I digress. What was I saying?
Stan.
I'm having a senior moment.
Okay, you were talking about no, I forgot. Senior moment too. I was telling you about my sister.
Oh, Aquarians. Yeah. I don't subscribe to all of the the zodiac sign type thing. However, there are certain personality traits.
And I have something that.
And Aquarians, I'm Aquarian. Both of us, birthday is almost around about the same time. We're good to go until you really upset us, and then that's God. It. There's no forgiveness, no turning back.
No.
You become person non grata forever.
And
then that's it. And that is kind of I hear your sister when she says that's not fair, because by and large, in most part, we're very, very generous, give you anything, and will help you to any degree, even if we don't agree with you. But if you step over the line
that you don't know anything about,
right? And that's like the line is like you just got the line out of thin air, like you manufactured the line, and they cross it. I don't even think that we actually know where that line is until it happens. But at some point, you've offended, and now the water bear doesn't pour out any more water for you. No more water for you. You don't get any more water. Yeah, that is. Is that That's not a nice trait.
No,
that's one of the bad traits of an Aquarian.
Unforgiving, and when I say to myself, I'm looking at someone, I still dislike them, but I talk pleasantly, and I'll greet you, and I'll do all of that, but God knows I really, you have really done it to me. I will never trust you again. I say, is that bad, Lord? Have I forgiven them? Do I have to like them? I don't want to like them. I mean, I don't dislike them. This is how I use the excuse. Well, Lord, if they needed my help, I would help them.
Mm-hmm.
If they were hungry, I'd feed them.
Mm-hmm.
But do I have to like them? I don't hate them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to. It will never be where I trust them again, because I've trusted you before, and you have betrayed my trust.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, I think
I don't know if that's supposed to be good or bad. I don't know.
I don't think it's a good thing. But it's just being honest about the fact of it. So that those are areas that one works on. One of our viewers says, she continues to forgive. Lord, help me to continue to forgive. She sounds like an Aquarian too. I know this person. I didn't know she was Aquarian. She sounds like an Aquarian. People mistake our kindness for weakness.
So, bottom line is, what is forgiveness? What is forgiveness?
Real forgiveness? True forgiveness?
Real, true forgiveness?
To remember the wrong no more.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and Aquarians are not good at that.
To remember the wrong no more.
Let me rephrase that.
Do we have to step?
We are good. We're natural at that. By default, we do that. The water bearer. We'll give you water no matter what you do to it. But there comes a point in time that you cross the line. The best I can explain it is there has been a deep personal offense received by the Aquarian that is not going to be tolerated. And as a result of that, you get no more water. You don't get no more water. I'd have given you all the water I had and die of thirst before this. But now, oh no. And that's not it's not good. I recognize that that's not good. But it's there.
And that's
like the mouth on a lion. Don't put your hand in it.
The question, all right. You're still in a person's presence. Then you leave yourself open for this thing to happen to you, to be treated like you were treated before. It could happen all over again. If you remember no more, it could happen all over again.
Well, God forgives. See, God forgives, but remember, He has paid the price. So He has suffered the wrong Himself. So you're totally absolved in that He has paid the price. For us, we're compelled to forgive 70 times 7. If someone offends you, then forgive them because we have been forgiven. That's the premise of our forgiveness. Forgive those who trespass against you as God has forgiven us for our trespasses, so let us forgive others who trespass against us. Like the quote-unquote Lord's Prayer really isn't the Lord's Prayer. It's the pattern or the model for which one should pray, considering these things. The Father in heaven, who gives us our daily bread, right? And we forgive others as we have been forgiven for our trespasses against the Creator. So if He forgives us our many transgressions, how much more should we forgive someone a minor transgression? because in their eyes it was minor, which is why they're thrown for such a loop at your response to their perceived wrong. You know, even if they try to apologize, it's of no effect.
What
not to the Aquarian
did that crossed the line might have been very minor, but that minor is in a whole row of past things that they have done.
Yes.
And that last thing there, I know they're shocked because people look at me like I'm nuts. It's just crossed the line. It's just that I am not taking. I should have said many along before this. This is really offending me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't like this. I'm not going to go that way. The few times that I have said that, then they go there. Usually, they will go their way because people befriend you because of who they think you are.
Mm-hmm.
And when you become that person that is not thinking like them, they simply let you go because you don't fit. You know, politically, really, you could see it politically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You don't fit, so you have to go. If you are not in my line, if you're not thinking like I'm thinking, and you go in thinking that the Constitution is correct, that you have a right to your opinion, and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But in certain circles, you don't have a right to your opinion. You only have a right to their opinion,
mm-hmm.
because that's why they, brought you into this thing. It's not like another kind of friendship or association where they're learning who you are,
mm-hmm.
and they're open to learning who you are. That's totally different.
I think that's a genuine organic friendship.
Right. They don't have any expectations
mm-hmm.
about who you are. They're
mm-hmm.
learning about who you are.
Mm-hmm.
In this other case, this is who you are, and you better be this way, because if you're not, you're out.
Well, I like what you said, because I think that fits perfectly. And when the Aquarian is offended, when the Aquarian is offended to where they cut the water off, it is not the first time.
Mm-mm.
It's the last time.
Right.
And I guess the real, I guess, bad thing as far as the Aquarian is concerned, as your sister suggests, is that the fair thing would have been to have told them the very first time.
Right.
But you let it roll off. Mm-hmm. So, understand that when you have offended an Aquarian, when you realize you've offended an Aquarian, you've already done that many times before. And now they're done. I don't know of all of the different personality traits, which these zodiac signs are.
Why?
I think that's one of the worst ones.
Yeah. And they're wondering
what did I do?
Why is she going off like
you don't
that?
and Aquarians are they're horrible in that sense. It's like you don't even deserve an answer. Think about it, smolder in it, suffer, which is not right. It really is wrong.
That is right. That is so unfair.
It is very unfair.
I try to do better,
Mm-hmm.
but
see, we won't do better. I'm right there with you, and so is Jeannie Palmer. You went to school with her, she said.
Oh.
Yeah, you grew up together. I work with her. I know who she is. Yeah, yeah. Aquarians, and here's I think if I could be honest, it is a coping mechanism and a protection for the Aquarian, because the Aquarians are so quick to forgive you, which is something you alluded to before, and they don't want that to happen again.
Mm-mm.
So it won't. They're not going to put themselves in a position for it to happen again.
Right.
So you're done. You're done. You're done. Done.
Because when you trust someone, you really trust them. I really trust you. And for you to all of a sudden, well, it's not all of a sudden, you were that way all the time, and turn, and I see a different side of you that is just totally against who I am. And I was pulled into this because I saw a side of you that I admired, greatly admired, and then I see that it wasn't real. It was this, and now you've turned away from me. It's not likely that I'm going to turn back.
No.
It's not likely that I'm going to turn back, but
no, done.
I'm going to be friendly. I'm going to, I'm not going to cause a ruckus every time I see you.
But in terms of access to resources, favors, this, that, and the third, no. Done.
And it hurts you. It hurts because you really cared for this person. You really cared for these people. You really thought you were working. It's happened to me so many times. It happened to me on my job when I was directing the soup kitchen. I thought I worked for the best social service organization that was on the face of the earth. That oh my goodness, I had so much faith in them. And as the years passed, it just was not true. It just was not true. And that was devastating to me. I think that's probably one of the most devastating things that happened to me up to that time, was that who I worked for wasn't who I thought they were. That was really bad,
Yeah, that Yeah, I can relate to that. Then it creates venom. And then you realize you actually have venom.
And you have to get over that venom. But I'm not over the venom. I want to be over the venom.
It would be nice to be, but the truth of the matter is, with Aquarians, they never get over it.
I'm not over it, no.
Stick and stay. We will be right back.
You know something? Hartford's strength is the people. They're independent thinkers and love their city. So how did Hartford fall into the hands of rogue policymakers? Well, to start, this rogue group spent nearly $1 million putting themselves on the inside and leaving you out in the cold. What if I told you that $5 can be the difference between a Hartford with hope and vision, or a Hartford that is in perpetual decline, increasing crime, and an educational system going nowhere fast? Your $5 contribution to our team is a statement that you are investing in Hartford's future. Your $5 contribution to McCauley for mayor will make you a member of the team, and together we will explore the possibilities. More than that, you will be demonstrating that Hartford's people are ready to make a stand with Stan. Our goal is to get the support of 5,000 people who live, work, and play in Hartford. I'm asking you to make a bold statement by contributing $5 right now, today. If you believe in Hartford and its people like I do, make that contribution. And together we will show Connecticut that the people of Hartford care enough to do our part. We are ready to pick up the ball and run. The people of Hartford are back in the game, and we're in it to win. My name is J. Sam McCauley, and I approve this message.
Hi.
My name's J. Stan McCauley.
I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
All right, my friends. Welcome back. We're, of course, having our off-air conversation. It's morning talk, and that's what we do. Every morning we're here, 8 o'clock. Tune in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings. 8 o'clock, there's always morning talk, so you can tune in and get caught up, and we have conversation. Now, if you want to take part with morning talk, there's several ways you could do that. Well, that's not true. There's 3 ways. You could actually come in and be a guest, sit in the 3rd chair, or you could participate by putting comments in the comment section. Or you can participate by joining us as a guest on Zoom. Because we'd love to talk with you and hear what you have to say, what's on your mind, the things that are near and dear to your heart. That's what we do. We have morning talk, and we have lots of fun doing it. So you can join in the conversation. A lot of people just like to listen. But if you want to participate in the chat section, you have to be watching us on Twitch, accesstv.org, on my Facebook page, accesstv.org's Facebook page. No, I take that one back. We're on accesstv.org Facebook. You have to be watching us on Twitter, LinkedIn, or YouTube. Then your comments will show up on my comment panel. We're on more places than I will even. I can't name them all. I can't. But the only places I actually see your comments are on those 5 that I mentioned. Otherwise, you will leave a comment. I just won't see it. I'm sure it's there somewhere, but I don't see it. And I don't obviously watch all of the different places that we appear. So it is what it is. But if you want to, I'd love to hear your comments. Because I'm always interested in hearing what other people have to say. I like listening to what people say.
So do I. I'm eager to hear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eager to hear what people think about this show.
Talking to your mic.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm eager to hear what people have to say for this show on Fridays.
It is a wonderment. As long as I've been on television, in my mind, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but in my mind, no one watches.
Yeah, well,
I know people watch, but I have no way of knowing, and I can't see them, and so I assume people watch.
Until somebody stops you at a grocery store and say, "Hey."
Right. Oh, I watch your program.
Yeah, Auntie, I got you. Yes, I saw you today. I told you about that lady.
Yeah.
I saw you today. I watch it every Friday and Wednesday. She watches Wednesdays and Fridays.
Wednesdays and Fridays.
Yeah.
I was coming out of the forum last night. Well, I wasn't coming out. I was at the forum last night. I was handing out McCauley for mayor pins. They're square. The pins are square like a lawn sign. In fact, one of the candidates was joking with me. He said, "You got a square pen?" I says, "Yeah." He says, "Is there any data supporting that?" I had data, people. I said, "What do you mean?" Yeah. He says, "Well, is there any data?" I says, "Well, no, but it's just simple branding. The square sign. It's been branded for the every time I run, I use the same sign. I go at the end of the campaign, collect my signs. I use them again at the end of the start of the next campaign.
Because I know I'll be here again.
I'll be here. I'll be here till I win, right? So I said, but it's branding. And so when people see the sign, I would say see the pin, then they see the sign, they make the connection. Because he asked me, well, why are you going with the square sign? It's square pin instead of the round pin. That's why I told them branding. I said, so when they see the sign on the street or on a lawn, they make the connection. See, your sign is round. You ever see a brown lawn sign?
What did he say?
He didn't say anything. I stopped there. I was going to say lollipops around. Maybe we'll plant some lollipops on people's lawn. I was going to go in deep, but I said I won't do that. Where else can you have this much fun?
I have no idea. I don't know. Where can you? I really look forward to Fridays.
So do I.
To being on the show.
Yeah. The biggest disappointment I have in delivering messages is when I have to call Cleo and say, Miss Cleo, we're not gonna do a show. You can hear the air just drain from her. It's like this dark cloud comes over my room, you know. I mean, where I am in, it's like, you know, it's like, okay. I guess I won't have a program. I guess I'll find something to do. So I always feel bad, you know. So
takes you a long time to pick up that phone and call me.
Right. Oh, you have no idea. I always wait because I said, well, maybe she'll call and say she can't come in. Then I wait till the last minute, and no, she didn't call. I have to call.
You know I'm hot unless I absolutely can't come in. Yeah, I came in when I couldn't walk.
Sure enough.
When I couldn't hardly walk.
So what's wrong? I hurt my foot, but I'm coming. I'm in here. Help me up the steps. Yeah. Jeannie says here that Cleo has always been a joy to be around. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Who said that?
Jean Palmer.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, Cleo is great people to be around, absolutely. And all of our hosts are. Kasike is fun to be around. He and I, when we disagree, that's not for the sake of the show.
You really disagree.
I mean, we really disagree. We're more aligned now than we have ever been. I think because we've grown to have mutual respect for the things we don't agree on. Mm-hmm. But in the beginning, it was just short of toxic. But it was interesting because I always want to hear I really like to hear from people who don't agree with me. Because I'm interested in understanding why, and then what adjustments do I have to make? Because I could be very, very wrong. And so and as you explore and have better understanding, then it helps you become a more full person.
Oh, well, Stan, I'm the opposite. Is when I'm telling you something, I think I'm right, and I go at it because I'm wondering what's wrong with you because you're not agreeing with me. I have just come this year to say, well, okay, maybe I'm not right. Maybe all right, and I do this with my children. Started with my children, but I don't feel that way. When this, that, and the other thing, I said, you're crazy. This is how this should be. Blah blah blah. And so then I had to come back, and I said, okay, maybe that's so. I don't know what happened that made me do that, but things are so much better now. That you listen to the other person and you say, I could be very wrong. Oh, I know what happened. I found myself wrong.
That's not. I don't like being wrong.
Yes.
But me thinking I'm right does not make me right. If I'm wrong, I want to know. No, I think that's another Aquarian trait. We guard our rightness.
Yeah, so I have to say now, I said, well, maybe I'm not right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they are telling me the truth, especially in years past, and I'll say that didn't happen. But I said, well, maybe they saw it a different way. Maybe to them that is right, and I did do that, and blah 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 blah. So I'm trying to get more like that, with sort of all around saying, Cleo. But when I was very young, someone said to me, a little kid said, you always think you're right. And I said, no, I don't always think I'm right, but yes, I do. Yes, I do. So I have to get over that because I'm not always right. And when I'm wrong, after I did this great argument, I feel really terrible because I didn't leave anything open for it to be any other way. And so now I'm trying to leave things open.
I never feel terrible about being wrong. I don't like being wrong. If I'm wrong, I want to know so I can make the adjustment and start to go down the right path. And so it's just, to me, it's just a simple adjustment. But people will say, oh, you always think you're right. I always correct them. No, you think
I'm right. That's
I'm always right. Or you think that I think I'm always right. But that is not the case. And they'll argue that point with you. Oh, yes, you do. You always think, no, I don't, because I'm clearly
you make
wrong.
Them feel bad because you are.
Most of the times I'm right.
You are so definite about being right that it kind of diminishes them, and so that's why they think that you think you're always right because you give such a compelling argument and a passionate argument. That's what I say about myself. That and they say, no, she's not right. I don't think that, but you make them feel kind of you diminish them in some way. I think that's I'm trying to be, and I pray every day to let me know who I am. Let me feel comfortable in my skin. Because a lot of us, and myself, always was trying to be something else. I'm going to change. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. And then one day you say, well, who am I?
Yeah. Be yourself no matter what.
Be yourself. But, if you've never looked at yourself, you don't know who you are. So you need to say, all right, well, I always say, Lord, who am I? I
find you can discover who you are by being around other people if you'll listen, because they'll let you know who you are. And if you can become dispassionate and remove yourself and not make everything that is said personal, you step into a wonderful space, because you can then begin to you can then begin to have some sense of how other people see you. Now, you have to be true to yourself, and who you are is who you are. Because you could get really jammed up trying to adjust yourself to everybody else's opinion.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes their opinion of you is not a high one. They don't like you. And so you wind up adjusting yourself to please them. And then you become a people pleaser. And then you're in a world of trouble. Just be you. And I have found that people try to become what they think other folk want. And you're on the slow road to doom when you start that stuff. Because there's going to be people who like the person you're pretending to be. And the people who would like who you really are don't like the person you're pretending to be. And if the people that like what you're pretending to be knew who you really were, they wouldn't like you. So just be yourself. Everyone ain't going to like you. Everyone's not going to agree. And you have to be good with that. And then when it comes to people talking about you, I always my default rule has always been they have a right to talk about me, and it's none of my business. What they say about me is none of my business. Now, sometimes I hear what other people say about me, and then that makes it my business. So I always tell people, if you have something to say about me, just make sure I don't hear it. And then I'm good, because I don't know what you say. You know, I don't know, because I have thick skin until I don't.
Yes, yes, yes.
Aquarians have very thick skin until they don't, and when the skin gets thin, there it is.
I can remember my sons. I mean, someone stepped over the line and I'm going at somebody. I'm walking toward them, not to hit him or anything, but I want to get close enough so you understand every last word I'm saying. So I'm walking towards someone, and I can remember my kids running from behind.
Grab it.
No, mommy, no. Just, no, mommy, no. You know, they knew I wasn't going to, but they knew I was going to talk in
a not nice way.
In a not nice way. and they knew that if the other person opened their mouth when I was talking, that there would be a real so they would come and they would hold me. But I haven't done anything like that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, since I haven't done anything like that since I've matured.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm mature now. I don't get up in people's faces when I don't, at least I don't get that close.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think in time you do mature. That's one of the nice things about getting gray, that these are signs of maturity. Yes, and then you mature and you deal better. Disappointed. It's better to have a disappointed Aquarian than a scorned Aquarian, because scorned Aquarians resort to scorched earth. They burn everything, and you get no water.
And what good is it, all of it?
And it's not nice. That's the ugly side of Aquarians.
Yes,
they have an ugly side. Yeah, that's so. But so our lesson for today is always treat an Aquarian like they have the water you need. There, since we're the water bearers, right?
The water bearers, yeah. We'll put out the fire.
Yeah.
Pour it over ourselves.
All right. You know the Davises?
I know a lot of Davises.
Do you know a Jeannie Davis and a Shelley Davis? A Sheila Davis?
Jeannie and Sheila.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I babysat for them.
That's who Jean Palmer is.
You kidding? Is Jeannie Davis?
It's Jeannie Davis.
Oh my gosh! I still remember her birthday, January 28th.
It is. She wrote. She put it down here. Yes. Her birthday is January 28th.
And I think of her every January 28th. I said, today's Jeannie's birthday. I never forgot Jeannie's birthday. I don't remember Sheila's except it's in September. But I'm only a year older than Sheila, and about 3 years older than Jeannie, and I used to babysit for them, tell them stories. We used to go places in the summertime. We used to have a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, Jeannie or Sheila is the one that told me, "You think you know everything." One of them. It was when we was in Westbrook Village. You think you know everything? I don't think I know everything. That's those days I thought I was retarded, and so I thought she was crazy because how could she think I know? You know? But yeah, Jeannie Palmer. Oh,
yeah. Well, when people tell me I think I know everything, I tell them you have a right to be wrong. And I can argue that point with you if you want. Everyone has a right to be wrong. Don't blame me for being correct all the time. It's not my fault.
I don't have quick comebacks. I wish I did. I don't have quick comebacks. I wish I could think that fast.
Oh, you have to practice that. It comes natural. You want to talk about someone that comes back with some comebacks and snarky? Oh my gosh. My daughter's 7.
I can understand that. I believe you too.
Oh my goodness. And she gets huffy puffy.
And look you straight in the eye.
Oh my God. She said to my wife the other day, that looks like something you would choose without my opinion.
Oh, she said that?
Oh. You have no idea. She's 13. She just turned 13. You have no idea. Oh.
You can't wait till she's 18, huh?
I can wait till she's 18. She's a mess now. Oh, she runs the house. I kid you not.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. She's a combination of me and my wife. And she's an eggshell queen. I'm let y'all know right now. I put eggshells on the floor. You better not step on any of them. That's her. She could get like that in a heartbeat.
And what would you say?
If she was my wife, I would simply say, "Yes, dear." I don't say anything. I do what I'm told. There's nothing worse than an upset daughter.
Oh God. I remember the one time I was very upset with my father and I didn't speak to him. I don't know for how long, maybe for weeks or months or something. I did not speak to him. I turned my head. I walked the other way. And then one day I was walking down the street near Maxwell Drug on Albany Avenue. And my father said, "Get in the car." Woo! I said, "Oh my goodness." So he took me back to the house. We went to the kitchen. He got this brush, and I don't know what he said. He said, your mother's trying to get you, turn your kids against me. Of course, my mother never did try to turn us against my father. That's just how he was feeling at the time. And he said, but I love all my children. The first time I ever heard my father say love in my life. I love all my children. And then he gave me a hit on the hand with the brush. And your mother says, turning against me, thinks I don't love you. That shocked me. I said, what does he mean? Think he doesn't love me? Of course I know he loves me. Don't you love me? I'm saying in my head. Don't you? How could he say it? That upset me, but I never let him know that. I just stood there and was shocked that he said that. Then he said he loved all his children. And I still went out in a huff, but I never stopped talking to my father ever again. That was the first time, I think I was 14, first time I ever heard the word love come out of my father's mouth. So that was and I felt privileged after that he told me he loved it. And he didn't tell Anderson Phillip. He told me. So
you are truly special.
I was truly special.
All right. Well, my friends, That's a great note to leave off on. So we will see you all next week when we do this all once again. So I'll see you next week, Miss Cleo.
Okay, see you next week.
All right.
Hopefully you won't give me a call.
Oh, no. We'll be here next week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, next Thursday there's another forum. This one is the AKAs.
Oh, yeah, for children.
And then there's the other one. No. The fraternities.
Oh.
The AKAs, and then there's the other one. I don't know. But this is going to be at the Historical Society. So I'm looking forward to that one too. I like forums. There's not been a debate yet. I can't wait to a real debate.
This is a forum, but though not a
Hartford
debate.
has forums. They don't have debates because they like things to keep this to be nice and all that. This is not nice.
Well, you'll go to the Hartford Public Library and have a debate.
No, Hartford Public Library is all jacked up because of the water damage.
Oh, they're having that water damage too.
Oh, pipes burst during the summertime. I mean during the wintertime. And big mess over there. So Harvard Public Library offline downtown branch, yeah. So well, maybe they'll get it fixed in time. We'll see.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, but that'll be the Historical Society. We'll give you more information about that stuff next week. We'll see you guys. You all have a great rest of your day and have a fabulous weekend. Jeannie, it's good to see you on board. And we'll talk to everybody later. Bye bye.
Hey, Hartford, Connecticut, I'm talking to you. We got to get out and vote. Vote for Stan McCauley. It's our time. We got to rise up and take it back. Vote for Stan McCauley.
Vote for Stan. You got to vote for Stan McCauley. Vote for Stan.
Than just what your social covers, and it ain't somewhere written down in bold letters. Don't just take my word for it, do your research, think of your future, look at your bigger picture. Suit and tie, clean up, unity for the righteous, plotting on action, hands on access, with a light source vision, door to door knocking, guerrilla style marketing, brainstorm as a collective, real neighborhood suggestions, only we know what it is where we living, to make real life decisions, move on facts, make it manifest back.
You gotta vote for Stan McCauley. Vote for Stan. Vote for Stan. Vote for Stan. Oh yeah.
My name is Marlon E. Styler Sr. Many of you may know me as the two-time welterweight champion of the world. I'm here to tell you that Democrat J. Stan McCauley, as our next mayor, will fight for you until the last bell. Help me throw a knockout punch. Go out and vote for Stan the Man.
My name is J. Stan McCauley, and I approve this message.
Hey, Hartford, Connecticut, I'm talking to you. We got to get out and vote. Vote for Stan McCauley. It's our time. We got to rise up and take it back. Vote for Stan McCauley.
Vote for Stan. You gotta vote for Stan McCauley. Vote for Stan. Vote for Stan. Oh yeah.
It's more than politics than just what your social covers. And it ain't somewhere written down in bold letters. Don't just take my word for it, do your research. Think of your future, look at your bigger picture. Suit and tie, clean up, unity for the righteous. Plotting on action, hands-on access. With a light source vision, door-to-door knocking. Guerrilla style marketing, brainstorm as a collective. Real neighborhood suggestions. Only we know what it is where we living. To make real life decisions. Move on facts, make it manifest back.
You gotta vote for Stan McCauley. Vote for Stan. Vote for Stan. Vote for Stan. Oh yeah. Look at your city. Stop. Take a look around. Is opportunity flow into your house? Are you working? Wait, can you save some money? And is your neighborhood safe? Or is it a homicide every night?